Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back working on our 2024 Suzuki DR650. In our next series of videos, today we're going to be working on our skid plate install. So this skid plate purchased from ProCycle US in the United States. This skid plate itself manufactured by JNS Engineering. So why, with all the other skid plates on the market, I decided to go with this one? Well, great question. Glad you asked. One of the biggest complaints you're going to get from a DR650 owner when they do any servicing on their bike, specifically the oil filter housing, access to that is such a pain. They have to drop the skid plate. Adds time to your service. A little bit of a frustration on their part. So JNS Engineering thought of that, come up with a workaround, which is fantastic. This skid plate, fairly robust. 3/16 aluminum. Looks like it's all, CNC cut. All the seams are welded. All the hardware itself is all stainless steel. It's got a dimple in the bottom of the skid plate, so any oil, water, whatever would, have a place to run out. On the bottom of the skid plate itself, if you're doing any trail riding, anything like that, all this hardware is recessed so that, tree stumps, rocks, nothing will catch on that and impact your riding. They come up with, a work around that frustration, and by simply adding a little a cover that you can remove so that you have access to your oil filter housing. 3 bolts, 5mm Allen head, take them out, and you have access to that oil filter housing. So towards the end of the video, I'll give you a shot of what that looks like with the skid plate installed and that side cover off. Shows you how much access that you'll have for that oil filter housing. Tools that you're going to need, or I'm going to use: impact gun, 3/8 ratchet. I got the 5mm Allen head socket. I've got the 13mm socket for the hardware, blue Loctite, and because I'm here working alone, nobody wants to hang out with me so late, I've got a scissor jack that we're going to be using as an extra pair of hands. So going to put some cameras both ends so you guys can have a view of what it looks like from the bottom. So let me get that set up and let's get at it. Okay, as we begin the installation, there's going to be a couple things you're going to want to do, and the first of which is taking the stainless steel hardware out from inside the skid plate. That's just going to enable you to get it closer to the frame and not get caught up on anything. And then we're going to install some blue Loctite with all the vibrations and everything. And one thing I didn't mention was that it's got these rubber insulators that will kind of help with the vibration or any impact that the skid plate will make in contact with, that they'll help absorb some of the impact. So let's go. So blue Loctite installed. I'm going to put my friend to work here. I'm just going to get it so it's just tucked up underneath or behind that exhaust header and in between the frame. So that's going to be close enough, and then I'll let my friend go, and I will continue the installation just by using the scissor jack by hand, and then I'll move you to the next camera. Okay, so one of the first bolts you're going to want to do is at the bottom, at the back, and you want to get it close, and you can just actually feel it just sit inside where that nut goes, and just start it. Now you got started, I'm going to go to the ratchet. And just gives us something to hang on to. So we're going to go to the other side and do that one. Now same thing on the other side. And then one thing I forgot to mention was you're going to want to go with a 13mm shallow socket. And that just enables you to help push up the bolt as you're turning. Just, oh, there you go. I can just feel it go in there now. Perfect. Okay. Now, as you get started, I'm going to tighten these up a little bit, just to give it something to bite into, and then we're going to go on to the hardware at the front. Okay, we are back up at the front right. We're going to put in a little bit of blue Loctite on the stainless steel hardware. Put that aside for now. Then we're going to put this clamp along the frame just like this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to feed that in. And what I'm going to do is use my GIS screwdriver just to kind of help me guide it down along the frame, just in order to put that bolt in. So let me just put that in the hole, and got the Loctite on, and just put that in the hole there. See. Okay, that started. Let's go over and I'll show you what that looks like now with that installed. Sorry I couldn't give you the best view, but try to do as best I could. So here we are on the front left. A little Loctite on the hardware. That should be plenty. And getting the clamp, which will sit there just like that, down along the frame. Just kind of gently walking it down. Not to trip over the light. Let's see if I can use a screwdriver again to line that up. There we go. So get that down near the hole. Let's see if I can push that down. Of course, now the problem is I got Loctite on my gloves and it's a little slippery, so here we go. Jeez, this one's wanting to fight me a little bit. Here. I do believe that just bit there. Nope. There, that's definitely going in there. Okay. So ratchet that a little bit. Okay, now that I know that the threads are all lined up, I'm going to be using a super duper impact gun. There we go. Just take this extension off, get underneath. There we go. Back over to the other side. Okay, as I said at the beginning of the video, I wanted to show you what it would be looking like with the side panel removed and the access that you would have to the oil filter. So remove these 3 bolts with the 5mm Allen head socket. Put them there. Nice and simple. I should mention that the overall install for the skid plate was probably less, than 4 minutes with me fumbling and everything. Of course, it took a little bit longer setting up the camera and everything, but all in all, relatively short amount of time for the installation. And as you can see, look at the video or the access to your oil filter housing. That's worth the money right there. Fantastic. So again, hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, certainly help the channel. Our next video in our series of videos is going to be the Achirby fuel tank install. So, hope you come back. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.